Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Blade Runner, an Orzov deck that aims to assault the opponent with tokens and men that keep coming back from the grave. We have a little bit of life gain to keep us in fights long enough to be able to get in hits. We need our men to be able to hit for damages and take down life totals. We do have some token pump as well as card draw to be able to fuel our hand and accelerate our board. Although our men start out kind of small, we do have a way to make them huge to let us crash in for devastating hits. Let's get in there. We're playing the full set of Case of the Uneaten Feast. It's a 1-mana enchantment we can get down early, and when our men enter play, we'll gain a life for each one. To solve the case, we need to gain at least 5 life during our turn. If we do, we'll be able to sacrifice the case on a later turn to be able to play out our men from the grave. This is one of a few ways we have of getting our men back from the grave for another shot to harm the opponent's life total. Gas Guzzler is a 1-drop with Start Your Engines. He does enter tapped, so is unavailable for blocking, but once we get to max speed, we can tap a black mana and sacrifice another one of our men to draw a card. With our goal of trying to flood the board with tokens, getting to max speed will give us additional card draw. Against slower decks, he might even be able to get in for damages before the opponent can set up a defense. Essence Channeler is an excellent card that is able to grow bigger on its own with every point of life we gain. In case it gets sniped, because it will, the counters it has accumulated can be passed on to any one of our other men. At any time, if we take damage, the Channeler will gain Flying and Vigilance, a powerful set of abilities that can let it get in for hits and still be available to block. The Terminus of Return is a mana artifact that can come down early and ramp us to our more expensive cards. It will tap for a black mana, which can help us play out one of our black intensive enchantments. If we get to the late game, we can pay 7 mana and tap the Terminus to harness the power of the Soul Stone. Once harnessed, we get to return one of our men from the grave right to the battlefield. Bloodghast is great little attacker that comes down for only double black mana. If the opponent has 10 life or less, the Ghast can hit the ground running and get in for hits right away. Although it can't block, we have other men that are willing to take the hits when enemy men swing in. The Ghast also has a landfall ability, which lets it return to the battlefield when we play out a land. Caretaker's talent is a fantastic support card for token decks. With it in play, we'll draw a card once per turn when we have a token enter play on our side. When we level it up for 1 white mana, we can make a copy of any token we have in play. Taking it to level 3 will give our token men a stat boost that can help our men run the table. We have a pair of enchantments that will help us generate tokens to help fuel our draw. Enduring Innocence is life gain and more draw in a single body. With it in play, we'll draw a card once per turn when we have one of our men enter play that has 2 power or less. And if the Innocence dies, it will come back as an enchantment and continue to provide us with an extra draw when we have our small men enter play. The Lifelink is an excellent ability that can help us slug it out if we're able to make the Innocence bigger. The Sibsig Ceremony can be difficult to play out thanks to its triple black mana cost. But with it in play, we'll get a token 2/2 zombie when we play out any of our men. Sure, they'll be destroyed, but we get the token, and we have ways of getting our men back from the grave. An added bonus is our men will cost 2 mana less to play out, which in reality only gives us a 1 mana discount on the Innocence and the Channeler. Smile at Death is a 5 mana enchantment that will let us return up to 2 men with power 2 or less from our grave to the battlefield. That will let us get back any one of our dead men since all our men are eligible. And not only do we get them back, but they'll return to play with an additional +1/+1 counter. The Doll Shop is an enchantment room that can come down early. When we swing in with a non-toy, the Doll Shop will generate a 1/1 toy token. It's a great way to build up a small team, which will come in handy once we are able to unlock the Porcelain Gallery. With it unlocked, our men will all have power and toughness equal to the number of men we have in play. This makes all our men bigger, and we can quickly overpower enemy defenders. For lands, we're playing 4 Shadowy Backstreet, the Orzov Surveil land. 4 Godless Shrine, the Orzov Shockland. 4 Forlorn Flats, the Orzov Desert. 4 Bleachbone Verge, the swamp that becomes a duel when we have a plains or swamp in play. 3 Swamp, 2 Plains, and 3 Dalkovan Encampment, the special land that we can use to generate token attackers when we swing in. Playing the deck can be a bit complicated, as it can be easy to mess up. We are playing without the use of removals and sweepers, so we need to get the job done entirely with our men and the tokens we generate. In the early game, the aim is to get our early men in play and get in for damages as much as possible. You will have to judge which cards to play out at what time. Sometimes you have to set up future turns, and sometimes you have to go for the throat. Get in for hits as much as possible, as combat damage is our path to victory. We have plenty of card draw to help fuel our board, but try to minimize taking damage unless the board is set up for gaining plenty of life. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is the locus of creation. No, wait, it's Logros, a whole programming language on Arena. We're kicking things off with a 4-lander. We're without any men, but we have a couple of cards that will work together rather well. We'll give it a shot. Keep your pants on. They play out a Hilderblade, an equipment that gives one of their men a decent boost. We'll play out the Terminus. We don't really need the extra black mana now, but eventually we might want to harness its power. They play out a Skelly that can come back from the grave. Sometimes it might want seconds or 11Cs. We'll drop in the encampment, and that will let us play out the Innocence. Now, all we need is more men. They hit us with a Cornered by Black Mages. It will make us sacrifice our Innocence, and they'll get a mage token. Because they were able to kill off our Innocence, they get to equip their sword to the skeleton. This turn will play out the case, then follow up with the ceremony. Are you down with the Sibsigness? We're taking a 4 spot this time, and unfortunately there's not much we can do about that. We draw an encampment, and we have enough mana now to play out both talents. Let's get them down. If we draw one of our men, we'll get a token that will draw us a pair of cards. That could be enough to get the ball rolling. They fire off a risky business, which will draw them a pair of cards and hits us both for a pair of damage. We've got maybe another turn or two before this game gets fatal. We draw another case. I mean, we can't just hold it. They throw down an arena. It's more draw for them, but it also cuts down our life total by 1 thanks to their mage. We finally draw one of our men. It's a Ghast, which means it could come back from the grave if we draw a land. To my surprise, they use a removal on our little fella. It was going to die anyways, bro. Keep your pants on. We do take another hit from their mage, but that probably wasn't worth using a removal. We do draw a land, and we have a Channeler as well as a Smile at Death. They hit our token with a removal before our Ghast gets to come back. The life gain is what's important to us. I'm pretty sure they'll run out of removals so long as we keep drawing into our men. Their whole hand is removals. That skeleton and mage token have to get the job done every game. Now they're tapped out, so they can't do anything about the Channeler and the token we're about to copy. We were almost dead, but we managed to recover a little bit. They send the Skelly, but we'll take this trade. They fire off a removal. That's fine. We've got a couple more capable blockers. We draw a Gas Guzzler, perfect timing. We'll play out the Smile at Death, then follow up with our favorite drinking buddy. Cheers, bro. We get more men out of the deal, and with the Smile at Death, we'll be getting our dead men back. They did not bring enough removals. We're back over 20 life. They haven't done anything to us all game long. Let's get in there. Getting to max speed will make a difference here. They send it. No, wait, the mage backs out. Skelly is still coming in, though. It's time for another block, and now I'm surprised they don't have a removal. We'll get back our drinking buddy in the channeler. We're doing our best life gain deck impersonation. We might be well over 30 by the time this game ends. We'll drop in our third talent and then boost our token men. Then we can make a copy before we send them in for damages. The tables have officially been turned. Their mage token is forced to block now. May it rest in peace. They fire off a Rise of the Dark Realms, but that only gets them a channeler out of our grave. I don't think that's going to be enough, bro. Yeah, that's what we thought. GG's. Extra cheese. Boys, this is you. Not you really, but he's you. His arms are a little big for his body, no? We get a 3-lander with double Innocence, a doll shop, and a Terminus. This is fine. Do note that this will require a certain order to be able to play out our cards. Be mindful of play orders with this deck. We'll drop in the Backstreet Boys, and on top we have a swamp. Seems like we would have too many lands, but we're keeping it. They play out a Terminus. I mean, we're set to do the same thing. They kept a Shuffler special, but even with 3 mana, they don't have any plays. We draw another Innocence. Team Enduring is on the way. This turn we'll play out a Doll Shop, then we'll follow up with the Channeler. When we swing in, we'll get a token and some draw. Then when the Innocence connects, we'll gain a pair of life and the Channeler will get swole. Gotta love the performance-enhancing candy. They toss an Arden. Are they really stuck on mana or just needed a discard outlet to toss a big heavy? This could be a scam. We get our 6th mana, we can drop double Innocence this turn. But wait, that's enough to unlock the Porcelain Gallery. That'll make our men bigger than we can send it. Special delivery to the face, bro was Scrooged by the Shuffler. There's no coming back from that. No need to do anything, let's just get in there. This is Hiker. No wait, it's Hiko. Sounds like a hiccup, but smells like an old shoe. We get a 4-lander with a Doll Shop, a Guzzler, and a Ghast. Not the greatest hand, but not horrible either. If they are slow to set up, we can get hits in. Keep your pants on. That Verge threw me off there, but yes, we're going with our favorite drinking buddy. Is that a spider dude they just dropped in? Someone believes in the new cards. We're only playing the Terminus, lol. Let's get the Doll Shop down. Extra men are always great, and if we can get to max speed, we'll be able to turn token men into cards. Then we'll get in there. Sometimes you can't be afraid. They take the hit. That's a surprise. They drop in a twitchy doll. And because the stars aligned, they also get a draw. They managed to play out a Rizna as well. That's a solid wall of men they've set up. They send it, but we're not blocking. Our token men are better alive for the moment. We draw a Terminus, we can play it out and follow up with the second Doll Shop. And we're 2 turns away from unlocking the Porcelain Gallery. Let's get in there. They do go for a trade this time. The twitchy doll takes the hit. They had another. It's Twitchy Doll Part 2. They play out and assemble the players. It is Magic the Gathering after all. At least we're not assembling the underpants. If we want to unlock the Porcelain Gallery, we have to play out the Backstreet Boys this turn. And on top, we have a second talent. And we'll keep it. We'll go with our Ghast this turn. When we send it next turn, we'll get another pair of tokens and we can unlock the gallery to throw a beating. They see the Ghast and poop it. Scoopin' ain't easy. This is civilized. Bro might need to attend anger management. Just chill, bro. We get a Shuffler special, and as much as I like these, the tap lands would ruin us. Mull. Then we get a 3-lander with a decent set of cards. We've got men and enchantments. Out of all these, I think we can slide the Ceremony. Sometimes I'm not down with the Sibsigness. Our favorite drinking buddy will be the tip of the spear. Be slow to react, and they'll find themselves in deep doo-doo. They throw down a Trash Tronaut. It's so good. We'll drop in the Doll Shop, then send it. Drinking is life. I'm surprised they don't block. That's cool, though. Taking the damages is fine, too. A crystal barricade? What is Bro planning on doing? Their space janitor comes in for a damage. We can't block, except with our face. The Backstreet Boys show us another doll shop on top. We'll take it. For this turn, though, we'll go with the channeler. They might have a wall up, but we'll get in with the token for sure. Get in there. An even bigger surprise. They take all the damages. Does Bro even know about blocking? Some people feed off the pain. They play out a crawler. I've seen a resurgence of this guy, and as good as it might look on paper, it looks bad in practice. Don't try it. Thanks to the crawler's damage, our channeler gets to fly in for hits. Let's get our second doll shop. We know they've been asking about getting more dolls, so we'll double up on production. Our drinking buddy gets to chill out at home while our channeler gets him some honey snacks. Not only are the tokens great blockers, but at max speed, our drinking buddy can trade them in for more cards. They play out a Hazaret. It's a hasty god. Someone wants to zoom. I've got my racing pants on. A high noon, okay, that's fine. We're not usually looking to double or triple spell anyways. Even with an indestructible, they don't send it. We'd toss a token at it anyways. Let's have our drinking buddy hand us a fresh card before we take our turn. We'll go with the Innocence this turn. It's more draw and another ping from their crawler, but those damages aren't that painful. Let's get in there with the channeler. They throw down a Scryland, and they have to think about this one. They decline to send their men, so we'll go ahead and eat another token. Our drinking buddy is hungry. We draw another channeler, but the real play here is unlocking the gallery. Then we'll send most of the team to get in for hits. They want to fire the lasers, but it might be too late even for that. Our drinking buddy says his face is numb by now. GG's, extra drinking cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.